When I moved to London, I used to speak 4 languages, but not English. So no friends, no English, no network, supporting network, but too much ambitions and certainly dreams to give my children the best future.
On the 5th of March 2010, I came from college quite late. I'd say it's about 8 p.m. And just as I was approaching the house, I saw police cars near our house, and I was really worried that something has happened to Catherine or my mother. I was put in a car by the officers and taken to a police station without really... I was trying to ask what was going on, and I became very emotional, distressed, because I was worried. But yet I didn't get information from the officers until we got to the station.
Once I got off the tube station, I called my friend. I asked her what happened, whether she was there. And she said, "I'm here, but it's too late. The police is here and they're not allowed to speak to you, to talk to you." And she hung up.
Officers questioned me in a way that it was my fault. They asked me if you were actually supposed to be in college. Did your mother ask you to babysit your sister? How close you are? Are you jealous of your sister? And at the time I had, I think it was legal representation, and I was told just to answer questions like my name and my surname, and to questions I didn't want to answer. For example, do you love your sister? Are you jealous of your sister? And I had to say no comment.
For some reason, they told me, "We haven't seen you, baby, and we haven't seen your daughter or your friend."
There was also a lady who was supposed to babysit Catherine, and we were all arrested. I think mother was arrested later than me and the lady. But my mother said that she regrets that I was involved because it had nothing to do with me, and she was trying to explain it to the police officers, and she was trying to say that they free me. She was trying to ask them to free me.
When I asked, before leaving, I asked, how can I get my child back? And the police told me, we will contact you, and social services will contact you.
Mother explained everything, and we just didn't know what to do next. We were in a state of shock because we thought Catherine would come home straight after this.
It was late night, Monday, 8th of March, when she arrived. And she tried to force me to put signature on some document called volunteering agreement. Well, my English was poor, but I did understand. Volunteering agreement meant I'm happy to give my child to some strange people, which was against my wish, against my will. I told her that I won't put my signature. And then she said, "Laila, you have to show the local authority you wish to be cooperating and you being reliable. Certainly you love your child, and she may need some medical advice. She may need to go to the doctor, and we can't take her to the doctor without your full permission. So please, can you sign a couple of pages giving us permission to take her to the doctor if it's needed.
We were told that it will take a few days, and then we were told that it will take a few weeks. I think after, I don't know, I'm not sure when exactly I've realised this, but it was just very confusing, and we were just hoping she would come back soon, and we thought it's just a big mistake. And, going into contact with my sister in a centre with with a worker that was supervising us was, to say the least, weird experience.
I couldn't recognize my child because she started crying. She was distressed. She was just, a strange child. She couldn't recognize her mother.
I'm not sure when exactly we thought. I would say somewhere after 3 months, when it was actually getting unbearable, and we just didn't know what to do.
They use my child as a tool to manipulate me. You want your child back, you have to go through this assessment. Okay, Miss Brice, okay, it's done. Okay, you want your child back. Just one thing, you have to go through this such assessment. Well, I went throughout all the assessment. And then I was told, if you want your child back, you have to go to psychiatric adult psychiatric assessment, and then you both, Katya and you have to go to the children and adolescent psychiatrist. You have to be assessed during contact. He described my child as a child with abnormal traits, who doesn't have attachment with the mother, who does have attachment with her foster care.
What I've observed was that since the court proceedings in June, we've noticed that on several occasions Catherine would be acting weird towards mother, and she hasn't done this before. I can't really explain, but she's very clingy onto me. She's as if she's looking for reassurance in me, and she's even more attached to me than she's ever been. I also find it very hard for my mother because I don't know what Catherine is being told. Once she said, she's a kid, she repeats stuff. She once said, "Mummy and Daddy want to think of me," and the social worker said she'll prepare her for a new family. My sister, she's blonde and she's got blue eyes. She's a very sociable kid. She's very bubbly, very outgoing. I'd be surprised if the social services wouldn't do something to, take her away from the family, because maybe it's my opinion, but she's an angel. If you see her, it was told that she's highly adoptable by the agency as well. So, rather than giving us help to her family, it's obviously the best way for them to take her away.
It must be my situation to understand fully what happened at that day. I got just under huge pressure from my boss and my landlord. Her godmother, she wasn't available. She couldn't stay with Katya because she has to leave for work. I tried to call Maya, but I didn't rely on her because she She was in college, and usually she wouldn't pick up. She wouldn't even pick up. So the only person who would be available and who would help me, it was my friend. I remember the last minute before I left Katya, I gave her hugs, kissed her, and I was on my knees. And I said, Катюша, солнышко, прости меня. Мама скоро вернется. Это очень тяжело, но мне очень нужно, иначе у нас будут проблемы. Прости меня, сейчас придет Виолетта, сейчас ты не будешь одна, это совсем недолго, и мамочка скоро вернется. Прости меня, я тебя умоляю. It doesn't excuse, but I'm just trying to explain why I left Katya. He has always been beloved child and my number one priority.